2-2. Strike three called. And the Texas Rangers are World Series champions. Let the celebration begin from the dugout to the field, to the box upstairs, and all the way back to Texas. Their first World Series championship in franchise history. And what a game tonight to get it done. Simeon and Seager leading the way. That was incredible.
This is the best team in the American League West for more days than any other team. They had the rug pulled out from under them at the end of the season, and then they ran the gauntlet through the postseason. They had to beat the Tampa Bay Rays. They had to beat the Baltimore Orioles. They had to slay the dragon of the Houston Astros, and then they took down the Arizona Diamondbacks. What they accomplished with Bruce Bochy, with the talent that they had, the last month is probably one of the more incredible runs we have seen from a major league team, from that feeling of just getting your soul crushed at the end of the season to the elation being the last team standing.
And since you mentioned Bruce Bochy, there he is. Joe McCarthy, Casey Stengel, Connie Mack, Walter Alston, Joe Torre, and now Bruce Bochy, the only managers in history with 4 World Series championships. His first year in Texas, he came out of retirement. And his Rangers win 11 in a row on the road in these playoffs. Only fitting that they clinched away from home. The greatest road team in playoff history. That scene never gets old. Not for Bochy, not for those players. Texas Rangers fans, you think back to more than a decade ago. They got to the World Series in 2010. Bochy, on this date, all those years ago, clinched the World Series over Texas. The front office celebrating in the box. Champagne's already out up there. Bochy going to start to do the round of post-game interviews. That big smile on his face. Max Scherzer, part of this team. Here's the final pitch. He clinched it. But then 2011, Spilly. The Rangers, maybe no team has ever been closer to a World Series title and not won it than Texas in 2011. And their fans have been thinking about that ever since.
Man, they were going down to the final out tonight, even with the 5-run lead, making sure they wanted to see that it was officially done. I mean, the moves that this Rangers team made for the last couple of years, the free agent signs, the draft and developing, to go out there, and then the cherry on top is get one of the most well-respected, renowned managers in baseball. Look at the love these guys share and pour on each other.
A special team, and Nathan Eovaldi, you see Nathan running out there to start his celebration. He gets the win tonight in a clinch game. 5-0 this postseason.
It's never happened before.
5 wins in a single playoff run for Nate Eovaldi.
By a starting pitcher, it's never happened before. Nate the Great, who this spring training, he talked about this Rangers team and the staff that they built. He says it's a championship caliber pitching staff. This is after this team lost 94 games. He was right.
There's the principal owner of the Rangers, and I think Bruce Bochy probably just saying, thanks for bringing me here, Ray. I appreciate it. And I'm sure the feeling is mutual. The 9th different team to win the World Series in the last 10 seasons. The Astros, the only repeat in the last decade. It's great for the game, and you wonder, with those 2 men, with the front office, with the talent they have on the field, they may have a bird burgeoning superpower in Texas. The Rangers, with all the adversity, I mean, you mentioned trying to put together a much better championship caliber pitching staff. They signed the best pitcher of them all, Jacob deGrom, and then he got hurt. They haven't had him. And then they trade for Max Scherzer, thinking, okay, well, we're playing, and he gets hurt. And somehow, some way, they found a way to get it done. Bruce Bochy also matches Dusty Baker with his 57th career playoff victory. 84, that's a big number, isn't it, Joe Torre? Yeah, he's tied the great Joe Torre in World Series titles.
Yeah, that number feels like he'll never be caught, but knowing Bruce Bochy, and he truly was, we were watching the moves he made throughout this entire World Series, and even in the postseason, he felt like he was multiple steps ahead of the game, and he was. And he has over 2,000 career Major League wins in the regular season. 4 World Series titles is not an accident.
No.
That man is above and beyond probably the best manager we've seen in the last 20 years, doing it consistently day in, day out.
It is not a coincidence that where Bochy goes, championships go. Just isn't. And it's just such a cool scene. You think about all the people out in front on the field, the players, all the work they did from the start of spring training, from the offseason. You know, if you read lips, a lot of those guys coming up to Bochy, it's thank you. Thanks for letting me be a part of it.
The Rangers are 1 out of the way. Can they finish it off?
4, 6, and 5.
He struck it out looking. It's over. It's over. The Rangers have won the World Series. After 52 years in Texas, 63 years in the franchise, the wait is over, and the celebration has begun. The Grand World Champion